Hello, I'm Dr. Vanita Rattan, a medically qualified doctor and a cosmetic formulator specifically for skin of color. Today's video is one for my India family. We are going to be talking about how to deal with a damaged skin barrier, with acne, and with dull skin. Now, there are three main environmental challenges that we deal with in India. Number one is pollution and dust. Now, what that does is it causes an oxidative stress on the skin. And what happens is you use up all the antioxidants in the skin. And now what you're left with is a dull skin with a damaged skin barrier. This happens specifically because of high pollution and living in cities. The second biggest problem is heat. Now, heat is infrared energy. Infrared energy can trigger the melanocytes, the cells producing the pigment melanin. And what that does is it worsens your dark marks, but also it dehydrates the skin. And so when your skin is dehydrated, the skin appears duller. And the third big problem is, of course, the sun and UV rays. So the sun is unforgiving. When UV rays hit the skin, it basically triggers a cascade of inflammation in the skin, which leads to irritating your melanocyte, the cell that produces the pigment melanin. Now, when that cell becomes triggered, it leads to hyperpigmentation. So what you'll tend to find is if you've not really been wearing your sunscreen your whole life, you tend to get to your late 20s, mid 30s, and you start to see these cute freckles on the cheekbones. The problem is they're not freckles. That is early signs of damage to the skin. And it's your skin telling you that you've not been protecting it. And so what then happens is those cute freckles start to amalgamate and form patches on the cheeks. And then the next place becomes the forehead, and the next place becomes the upper lip. And suddenly you have these patches of pigmentation on the skin. And that's then very, very difficult to treat. So what does this all mean for skin in India? Number one, we end up with dull skin. Number two, we end up with hyperpigmentation. Number three, we lead to acne. Because don't forget, when you are clogging that pore, you are sweating and the skin cells become sticky, it then forms spots. Spots then lead to more pigmentation. The fourth thing that happens is a damaged skin barrier. So skin actually feels very sensitive. And you put things on the skin, it feels like it's burning the skin, or the skin feels irritated. It can feel a bit flaky as well. So there's many different assaults that happen to the skin in India. So these are key actives that I want you to be using in your skincare routine. So make sure when you buy your skincare, it has all of these actives in it. Now, barrier repair ingredients would include your peptides, your ceramides, and your hyaluronic acid. Your brightening ingredients would be your alpha-arbutin, your vitamin C, not L-ascorbic acid. You want to go for a derivative such as 3-O-ethyl-ascorbic acid, mandelic acid, and lactic acid. Your anti-acne ingredients would be salicylic acid, retinol, and retinaldehyde. And of course, as a bonus, the best anti-aging ingredients on the market right now are going to be your retinol, your retinaldehyde, and your peptides. The problem is these products didn't exist, so I made it for you.
For most people, this will work well.
And it has become a staple in my night routine.
My skin felt smoother and nicer.
This is the kind of moisturizer I have been waiting for, and I honestly have loved it so much.
Targets signs of aging and hyperpigmentation so well.
So this range blocks the assault on the skin, strengthens the skin barrier, and increases cell turnover to give you smoother, brighter skin. This is why we called it the Renew range. Our star product from the whole range is our peptide retinol serum. It's still the only serum in the whole of India that contains retinol, retinaldehyde, vitamin C, and peptides. Now, retinaldehyde works 10 times faster than retinol. So it comes out beautiful in yellow. There's no irritation with this because don't forget retinaldehyde, even though it's more expensive than retinol, causes zero irritation. And why does it work 10 times faster than retinol? It's because it's closer to retinoic acid. And so it's only one step removed from retinoic acid rather than 2 steps removed, which is what retinol is. So this is your AM routine, starting off with the peptide anti-pollution face wash, followed by the peptide hydrating toner, and of course your barrier repair peptide moisturizer. So in India, the summers are hot. And so what happens is heat, pollution, and sweat, which damages the skin barrier. The key actives to combat this are peptides to create a healing environment for the skin, salicylic acid to unclog pores because your pores are full of sweat, niacinamide to minimize pores because during summer our pores are more visible and so you see more textured skin, And the star ingredient in this is Polystop, which helps to block pollution particles. Because what pollution particles do is they come and they sit in the pore, lead to oxidative stress within the pore, which also damage the collagen around it. So pollution really does come in with so many different types of assault on the skin, which is why Polystop is so important to use when you're washing your face. So with this, you pump, lather, wash the skin. Your skin is going to feel refreshed. It's going to feel more supple, and it's going to be ready for the next layer of actives. Moving on to the peptide hydrating toner. So it comes out like a beautiful misty spray. And in here, we've put in 1% salicylic acid. That's enough to unclog pores for normal combination skin. Usually, if we're doing 2% salicylic acid, that's for oily, acne-prone skin. But for daily use for normal skin in India, I would recommend 1% salicylic acid because you want to unclog the pores before you go in with serums or actives or really any moisturizer even to ensure better penetration of the product. I've also put in here humectants and peptides to create a healing environment for the skin. Because this is your AM routine, you want to go in with as healthy a skin barrier as possible before you face all the environmental issues that happen in cities in India. The other active I put into here was niacinamide, and that's going to help with sebum production. It also helps to strengthen the skin barrier. I also put in aloe, so that's your anti-inflammatory. So all day long, you want the skin to feel soothed. You want it to feel calm because the second your skin feels irritated, it can lead to hyperpigmentation. So this is a beautiful base. Even if you don't use any of our other products, this is a beautiful thing to put onto your skin after you've washed it and before you've applied any serums or morning products. Moving on to a product that I absolutely love. This has got peptides, which is very important, of course. It's got ceramides because skin of color lacks ceramides in our skin. I've also put in niacinamide, of course, and vitamin C, but not L-ascorbic acid. We've gone in with a derivative because that's very important to brighten the skin, but without exfoliating the skin. The biggest mistake people are making with vitamin C nowadays is that they're going in with L-ascorbic acid as a vitamin C to wear during the day. So that's like daily exfoliation, removing the top layer of skin cells and then allowing pollution and UV to hit the skin with no protection. You don't want to do that. That's a big mistake. You want a derivative of vitamin C to be applying every morning. The other thing I want you to be aware of is when you purchase a vitamin C is an antioxidant, a very powerful antioxidant, and it brightens the skin, but it oxidizes in oxygen. And so, for example, if your vitamin C has got oxygen around it, like if it's in a pipette, for example, or in a glass jar, it's allowing oxygen to oxidize it. It no longer works. You want this to be in an airless pump. You want to make sure that the vitamin C is stabilized so that you know it's actually working. And that's what we've done with this. So your PM routine will look like this. Face wash, toner, your retinol, retinaldehyde, vitamin C, peptide serum, and then your moisturizer to seal it all in. But 1 to 2 nights a week, if you're trying to remove the top layer of dead skin cells that is leading to dull skin or hyperpigmentation, go in with our ABC exfoliator. So this has literally got 3 different forms of acid in it. The big mistake people make with exfoliation is that they go in with a physical exfoliator, but this removes both dead skin cells and living skin cells. This actually further damages the skin barrier. What you want to go in with is a chemical exfoliator, so you get even removal of dead skin cells. So for India, I've made this formula for you. This is lactic acid plus mandelic acid. Those are large AHA molecules. They do not burn the skin. Please avoid glycolic acid for skin of color, for Indian skin, and especially in India. With heat, acids become more potent. This is why I made a whole video, for example, on the whole glycolic acid under the armpit trend, which was meant to lighten the armpits, but actually it just led to more pigmentation. So you have to be careful which acids you're picking. Lactic plus mandelic are your best friends. But the other big one I want you to look at is salicylic acid. So I put in 1% salicylic acid because, to be honest, in India, you are sweating all year round. So you do want to be unclogging that pore. And the third thing I've put in is your vitamin C, your ascorbic acid. And this is a beautiful place to put it because it's for a short period of time, for 10 minutes. Then you wash it off and you go in with your moisturizer on top. So if you've got a major event coming, and it's the following day, use your ABC exfoliator. It will give you an immediate brightening effect. The following day, you put your makeup on and it goes on smooth. One thing I tell you is never go in with an exfoliator and then put a retinol on top ever. Not for my brand, but not for any brand. So when you exfoliate on exfoliation night, you only go in with your simple moisturizer on top. So this whole collaboration happened actually because we grew a huge following in India, and it was difficult for me to bring our Dr. V products into India. We do bring them in through Style.E, but ultimately you have to pay really high duty. And so Dermaco reached out to me and they said, Dr. V, we want to do a collaboration with you. And we want to create all the products that don't exist in India, that are cocktail products, very high-end, expensive formulas that currently don't exist in India. I'm very grateful for the opportunity, and we've made this beautiful range for you. We are looking at future products that we can be adding to the Renew range. If you want to write down below the products that you want me to make for you in India, we will look at them. And the names that come up the most are the ones that obviously you guys want the most. And we'll do our very best to make that happen. I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you. I wouldn't be here without you. I would not have had this opportunity without you. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much to all my family in India. I will never forget how much you have done for me, and I will continue to serve you as best I can. I'll see you later.